My maid of honor made my bachelorette all about her. I'm recently engaged, congratulations, and I watch your Bridezilla Am I the A-hole videos thinking,
This would never happen to me.
boy, was I wrong.
You're gonna learn today.
Yeah, I think that's why these videos are so relatable, is because like I feel like we all know someone or have had it happen to us. Context.
Set the scene!
I, 24 female, met my fiance, 23 male, in college. We've been together for over 6 years. I met my maid of honor, 24 female, in college as well. Okay, so you're all the same age. Roughly. We went to culinary school, so super niche, and my maid of honor and I became best friends by bonding over baking and taking classes together. We'll call my maid of honor Gianna.
That's her real name.
I've always known that I would marry my fiance. We were each other's first real relationship, and we felt like we were meant for each other from the beginning. Gianna has always been nothing but supportive of us throughout these past years, and I've always known I wanted her to be my maid of honor. I have 3 other bridesmaids, 1 being my fiance's sister, 2 being close friends that I met through work within the past couple of years. I would have had another bridesmaid, however, she got engaged as well, and she backed out due to not being able to contribute financially to all the events while paying for her own wedding, which I completely understand. Her and Gianna were roommates in college. We were a trio of friends. What's that word? Three's a crowd?
Three's a crowd.
Three's definitely a crowd, I'm just saying. Every time I've been on any sort of trip with like 2 friends and there's 3 of us, it's always a weird vibe.
Real weird vibe in here.
My fiance and I got engaged on Valentine's Day of this year in Hawaii. I'll note that both Gianna and my fiance's sister flew out to surprise me for the engagement. Okay, love that. We're getting married next year, and I decided to have my bachelorette party in early September. I live on the West Coast, and I wanted to go to a cute beach town a couple of hours from me. 2 of my bridesmaids live near me, and my maid of honor and fiance's sister live on the East Coast. The trip we planned was only 2 days. Drive in Friday afternoon, leave Sunday afternoon.
Road trip. Vacation!
Gianna is super type A. Plans everything down to the minute, always arranges her outfits, the whole 9 yards. Overall, loves to be in control of a situation. This personality type is great in many, many respects. But also, when things don't go to plan, they have a very hard time just kind of like letting go and going with the flow.
It could take time to get a taxi. There could be traffic. The plane could leave early. When we get to London, there could be a line at customs. Come on!
And I have learned on many a bachelorette trips that sometimes you need to be able to go with the flow. She's been like that since high school, so I've been aware of this. I thought it would be a good trait to have as maid of honor when it came down to planning events.
Okay, sit down. Take this.
Sure.
Now pull up the PowerPoint I made. It's in your email.
Got it.
So,
This is nice.
day 1, I thought it would be super fun to do an intensive hot yoga class.
Wow.
Then back to the Airbnb to change, and then we're gonna go to a winery. You know, whatever.
That's a lot.
Please let me finish.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, so then we hit the winery, wet our beaks a little bit, and then we go back to change, and then we hit the town and get a bottle at this super sick club. I saw it on TikTok. I got us guest list. Don't worry, I don't wait in lines. And then day 2, we can start the day with a boozy brunch and then a day rave.
Day rave. Honestly, I would really love to do just something more chill.
Oh.
Can we just relax by the beach and spend time together?
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Is that okay?
I'll make sure your bachelorette is absolutely perfect.
I'm so excited, I can't wait.
Now pull up slide 79.
She wanted pretty much the whole batch trip to be a surprise. However, I gave her a general idea of the vibe and activities I want to do. I'm super low key, I don't drink or party, and I wanted to have a relaxing time with all of my closest friends. You sound like a really, really chill bride. I didn't know much about the planning, but one of my bridesmaids was basically a liaison and would discuss plans with me, report back to Gianna, etc. I also planned for my wedding dress shopping to be happening the day before we left for the trip. We arranged for my parents, Gianna, and my fiance's sister to fly across the country to partake. Now, time for the tea. It's about a week and a half before the batch party, and I'm talking with my bridesmaids about the trip. The itinerary was revealed to me, and I was a bit overwhelmed. Oh. We were waking up before sunrise to drive there. We were going on several different hikes. Oh, I'm not a hiking girl. I am not a hiking girl. Absolutely not. Sorry. We were spending a lot of time driving around It was literally packed out to the minute. 6:30 to 6:45, do this. 6:45 to 7:15, do that, etc. And it would have been impossible to try and accomplish everything. Long story short, it wasn't as low-key as I was hoping, and my bridesmaids said they could chat with Gianna about cutting out a couple of the activities, mostly the hiking, because I'm not outdoorsy. I am many things. Outdoorsy is not one of them. I totally get it though. Like, some people are like super pro hike. They love a hike, love a good hike. And I like a good hike. I like a good leisurely walk in the woods. There's something about doing it in the heat. I can't breathe. I think it's because I'm a ginger. Like, I have issues with heat and exercise at the same time. And I also have to say that, like, Gianna probably went through a lot of trouble to plan all of these things to the minute.
Precisely on schedule.
But the thing is, things always go awry, especially toward the end of the trip where you start getting like really tired. And I know you don't drink, so that's a good thing. That would probably prevent that from happening for the most part. I didn't even make it to Sunday of my like bachelorette trip. I couldn't do it. Me and Vanessa, we woke up in our hotel room and we were supposed to go to like some rooftop. And I turned to her and I was like, do you want to go? And she was like, no. Okay, good. Back to sleep. I'm just saying that I feel like all of the planning it's not gonna go well. Gianna initially had a neutral response, but was acting more distant, saying,
Whatever you think is best.
and stuff like that. Ultimately, though, she left the batch group chat and texted me a long message that can be summarized as follows.
This trip is a disappointment. It's a dumpster fire. I could have taken you on a trip to Europe, just you and me, and I would have paid for the whole thing. The rest of the bridesmaids weren't making any suggestions. I tried to make the trip affordable for everyone else. I don't want to fly across the country to sit in an Airbnb. I don't want to come? Safe to say I was shocked. Yeah, I know I changed the plans a bit, but it's not like we paid for anything. Dude, Gianna just left the bridal party group chat. What is going on? Yeah, I just got a crazy message from her. She doesn't want to come anymore. Wait, why? Maybe she doesn't feel appreciated for all the work she put in? But it's your bachelorette, and you specifically said that you didn't want to do all that. I don't know, maybe she thought she was being helpful. Hang on. I'm sorry for making you feel like I don't appreciate your time and effort, but I do appreciate you. That's good. I really want you to come. I just want to have a fun time hanging out with my friends. Work has been kicking my butt lately, and I want a chill and relaxing weekend. I don't want to do a bachelorette trip if you aren't there. Great. How could she possibly have a problem with that? Oh God. Oh God, what did she say now? You can't stay stuck in the Airbnb dwelling about your problems. The other bridesmaids won't look at my PowerPoint. Who the hell makes a PowerPoint for a bachelorette? There's more. There is. I'm at a time where I'm taking my life into my own hands. I don't give a crap about making friends with the other bridesmaids. I know you best. I'm sorry you feel stuck in life, and I'm not coming. What the hell is she talking about? You know what? I'm just gonna call her. Maybe there's something going on with her. She screened my call. This is so weird. Come on, what did she say? I don't give a flying fuck about your friends. I'm not threatened by them. Shut up. This trip isn't special enough and no one wanted to put in the effort. Stop. If you're struggling so much financially, then you can reconsider your living situation. Excuse me? Hold on. You're acting like my ex. He never supported me enough. Also, I'm starting to lose trust in you because you're telling your fiance everything. Honestly, I really don't think I feel comfortable coming to your bachelorette anymore.
Oh, however will we survive?
Listen, don't worry. We're gonna have an amazing time on your bachelorette. It's best she doesn't come. You're right. I know. Fine. It's clear I can't change your mind, but I need some time to think. I agree. It's best you don't come on the bachelorette trip. Perfect. The rest of us are going, and we're gonna have a great time. Period. I got a tinkle.
I just like struggle to understand how we got from A to B, you know, like how we got from, you say that you just kind of want to like limit the amount of outdoorsiness and like just maybe like hang out and spend time with them. And then she gets extremely mad and plays the victim and gets mad at you because your bachelorette trip is not special enough and the other bridesmaids don't want to help.
How selfish of me. Let's do all the things that you want to do.
I wouldn't argue that they don't want to help. I would argue that they're also listening to you and she isn't. Fast forward a couple of weeks and I decide to reach out to her and try to make amends.
Hey, I know we haven't spoken since our convo. Can we talk on the phone? Ugh! We're fine, and I'm fine. I can't talk on the phone right now. There are a few things I want to get off my chest. I'm honestly pretty hurt by what you said. Okay, so that's not how this is going to work. You're only bringing this up to make me feel bad about my decision. I meant the things I said, and I won't apologize. You wouldn't be bringing this up if you really wanted to make amends.
What?
I just want you to apologize for how you made me feel. You hurt my feelings. I hurt your feelings? And why did you bring up your ex? What does that have to do with me? Reality check. This should be the happiest time of your life. You've gotten everything you've ever wanted, but you're hating every second of it. You should wake up every day and be grateful for what you have. The way you spoke to me honestly reminded me of my ex.
What?
I basically hid my feelings from you that whole time to protect you.
What the
All of this is news to me. I'm sad you felt like you couldn't tell me we are supposed to be best friends. You're right. This is supposed to be a happy time for me. So I don't understand why you're being so cruel when you're supposed to support me. Also, why did you say you don't care to be friends with my other bridesmaids and that you're not threatened by them? I don't know what's going on with you, and I genuinely hope you're okay, but if you're gonna treat me like this, I don't think you should be my maid of honor. No, you know what? No, I don't claim this energy. She doesn't deserve you. Look, I know it's harsh, but if she's gonna act like this during my bachelorette, what's she gonna act like at the wedding?
Just an overall very strange situation, and I still feel like it's a fever dream. She's been my best friend for years, and this totally changed my point of view of her. Am I wrong for rethinking our friendship and removing her as my maid of honor? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you told her not to come to the wedding entirely. There's something going on here. We need to read between the lines here, because I've said it before and I will say it again. You will find out who your friends are when you get married. And it's sad, because it is supposed to be the happiest time of your life. But it's also riddled with, there's that quote, comparison is the thief of joy, right? When other people are around you and getting things that you want, it can bring out some complicated feelings, which I understand. And I've also felt those things. It's difficult. I just fail to understand how punishing you by not being there for your bachelorette and blowing up at you and saying all this unnecessary, I'm wondering how that benefits her, except maybe she's just kind of making it about her and wanting attention, and it believe me, the logic does not logic.
Nothing about this makes sense.
Once you've dealt with a person who plays the victim card, sabotages big life events, it always seems to happen. And quite frankly, if you have a friend that has the tendency to sabotage major life events, you don't want them at those major life events. So are you wrong for rethinking your friendship and removing her as your maid of honor? No, I don't think that you're wrong for rethinking the friendship. I think that there is some deep resentment going on there. And I think the lack of apology and lack of willingness to kind of hear you out and when you're trying to communicate your feelings effectively, that's very telling.
Toxic.
It's one thing to go out of your way to behave in such a way because you're not in a good place or whatever. But I think the best thing to do in a situation like that, if you realize you're projecting, is to talk about those feelings and do it in a healthy way. But if she's not willing to do that and she's not willing to admit any fault, I don't know if she's as good of a friend as you think. So we have some responses in the comments. Info, did something happen between her and the other bridesmaids? She said the word threatened a few times, and I wonder about that. It sounds like she is overwhelmed and possibly traumatized by something. Maybe you could ask her if there are other things going on for her at the moment. Opie said, so according to my bridesmaids, nothing happened. However, I work with 2 of them currently, and I have been for the past couple of years. I only see my ex maid of honor once every year, and I feel like she thinks she's getting replaced. That's interesting. And it would explain a lot, but I feel like that's also kind of going on in her own head too. Wow, your ex-maid of honor has a lot of baggage. It sounds to me like she had her own ideas about the Bachelorette and also believed they were excellent plans. In her head, it might have come from a place of
I want to make this trip epic for her.
Go over and above to prove my friendship to her, while she also felt like she was being replaced. And then when you kind of said that, you want to dial it back, all of the plans, she kind of took offense to that.
Offense!
Sir, a barbed wire fence!
But I think at the same time, being a good friend isn't always taking the initiative to go and not listen to what your friend wants for her bachelorette party.
I don't care what she wants. I don't care what she wants.
I mean, a PowerPoint slide deck? Jeepers, I got exhausted just reading about it. And why should anyone feel threatened by meefing with your friends? She's projecting her own insecurities. I kind of get where she's coming from because my reaction to things when they go sideways is to organize stuff, but really that is her issue. It's really sad when someone you trusted and felt close to blows up about stuff they held back. I've had this happen a few times, and for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why. My own sister has done this to me. It's so sad. You could invite her to the wedding and maybe a face-to-face heartfelt talk will smooth things over. I think that a face-to-face heartfelt talk needs to happen before the wedding. If not, let her go with love and good wishes. Maybe sometime she'll come around. If she doesn't, then hold the good times in your heart and sending healing vibes to her. Until the message with the reality check.
Reality hits you hard, bro.
I would suggest removing her from maid of honor, but still have her as a bridesmaid. But after this message and her whole behavior, she sounds like she's jealous of you, and she couldn't even respect your wishes about what kind of bachelor party and trip you wanted to have. It seems like she's unhappy with her life and projects all of this onto you. I would suggest you remove her from the wedding party. Tell her you think her stress levels are high and you don't want to overwhelm her to avoid any drama. It's still gonna cause drama. I'm telling you. Honestly, I don't think you can rely on her about anything regarding the wedding. Okay, here's an important note. I feel like we need more information. Were the other bridesmaids making it difficult for her by not helping or responding? She seemed to imply she was on her own for planning, and maybe the reason she doesn't care about making friends with the bridesmaids is because she doesn't like them. If they all ignored her when she was trying to get the event organized, I could see why. I will get downvoted, but I do see her side. It would inevitably be frustrating to try and plan something and no one will acknowledge your questions or give ideas. And then when they finally do reach out, it's to tell her she's doing it wrong.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Yes, I agree that there probably could have been more communication. I just know that when there's group plans being made about like a group trip, whenever someone isn't responding, there's always subtext there.
Because I don't like you.
It's either they can't afford to come anymore, or they don't want to come anymore, or they don't necessarily like the plans and they don't know how to say it. Or maybe they also felt like
This is not what the bride said she wanted.
but they also should have voiced those opinions sooner.
No, I don't think I will.
Why didn't they come up with suggestions before? Why wait until the week before? She's probably like, screw it, and gave up. It's perfectly reasonable to not want to fly across the country for 2 days of sitting in an Airbnb. But again, it's not just 2 days of sitting in an Airbnb. You're spending time with the bride. OP responds, I saw all the texts in the bridal party group chat. They did not make anything difficult whatsoever.
Clap back.
They made tons of suggestions, okay, as we all lived together in the same state, and were vocal about what they were willing to spend. At the time, Gianna said it was fine, but she comes to me and complains they weren't willing to spend money on anything. If anything, they made better suggestions for activities. For example, I don't party or drink, and Gianna wanted to do a night of bar crawling, which they said I wouldn't like.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Gianna had suggested whale watching, and they mentioned I wouldn't like it. The reason everything happened the week before was because that's when I found out about the plans, and I only wanted to get rid of a few hikes and lookout points that were far away or involved a lot of driving. The rest of the weekend went according to plan, down to the same restaurants, boutiques we were scheduled to shop at, and beaches to go to. I told her I knew it was terrible timing, but I was advised by the rest of my bridesmaids to speak up, so I did. So we do have an update that actually made it to Best of Redditor updates. Apparently they don't like us over there. Like, I was looking at the comments and I was like, ooh, listen, I will take the brunt of like the negative comments because this is my job and I'm used to it. A lot of these people in the subreddit are just like,
Who the fuck is Charlotte? Why does everybody love her?
I'm like, we're literally just existing over in our little subreddit and someone else is posting them in the Best of Redditor updates subreddit and everyone is mad about it. It's like, we're literally just like doing our own thing. Like, sorry that it made it to Best of Redditor updates. I'm sorry. We're just over here having a good time, minding our own business. Anyways, if you want to see the tea on that, go ahead and check it out. Okay, so interesting update. My maid of honor made my bachelorette party all about her, and turns out she did the same thing to someone else. goody. Okay, so I recently got married. Congratulations. And it was absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy for you. All my closest family and friends were there to celebrate, and it couldn't have been more perfect. Did she come? Did she come to the wedding?
I would hope not.
My mom took a ton of photos and posted them to Facebook. My old college roommate reached out to me for details on where Gianna, ex-maid of honor, was, since she wasn't in the photos. But here's some backstory. My old college roommate, we'll call her Daisy, and I were in a friend group with Gianna and a couple of other people. We were close, but we all moved away after college and we went our separate ways. Daisy ended up getting engaged around 2 years ago, and Gianna was one of her bridesmaids. There was a whole situation. And according to what Gianna had told me, she said Daisy was forcing the bridal party to pay for a huge bridal shower at a winery, and she didn't feel comfortable doing that. Wait a second. Okay, I thought that we wanted to do all the bells and whistles and spend all the money for the bachelorettes and all of the bridal showers. And Daisy's maid of honor had kicked Gianna out of the group chat, and Gianna and Daisy never spoke again. At the time, I believed Gianna, resulting in me rarely speaking with Daisy, but we still wished each other happy birthday.
Oh my God, you are not gonna believe what Daisy said about Gianna. Didn't Gianna say that Daisy was being like a total bridezilla? Apparently, that is not what happened at all. Listen to this. Hey babe, congrats on the wedding. You look beautiful. I'm wondering why Gianna wasn't in any of the photos your mom shared. Wasn't she your maid of honor? I said, she was my maid of honor. Honestly, it was a whole thing, and then I told her the whole story, and this is what she said. Girl, you are not gonna believe this, but she did the exact same thing to me. No, seriously? I know. Oh, Gianna apparently wanted everyone to do this like all-inclusive trip to Mexico, and nobody wanted to fork out the money for that because it was like super expensive, and everyone was really vocal about it. Then Gianna removes herself from the bridal party group chat after saying that Daisy didn't deserve her. No way. And that she just wanted everything to be perfect, and that Daisy's maid of honor was bullying her. What is with this girl? She's literally making everyone else's bachelorettes about her. Yeah, and she lied to us about what really happened with Daisy. I guess it's a good thing she didn't come to your wedding. Narcissist. I told Daisy I was sorry about what happened to her, and that as a result of their friendship breaking up, my friendship with her broke up as well. She was super understanding, and we bonded over the whole thing. But I feel so vindicated now, and just had to share because this blew my mind. Have a lovely day. Oh, I will, bestie. One comment that I would like to also note, you can only imagine what Gianna's batch and wedding will be like if and when. She'll have alienated all of her old friends and be surrounded by newbies who'll only be seeing the bride and Batchzilla side of her for the first time, asking them to shell out a fortune for a minute-by-minute whirlwind of activities in a foreign country. Then she'll probably expect her old friends to be happy for her after all she's done for them and show up on her big day. There it is. It's almost like she's going through all this trouble, going over and above, planning all these things, not because she wants to be the good friend, but it's because that when it comes time for her to get married, she wants everyone else to treat her the way she treated them. Sounds like this all ended well, though. Happy to hear it. Congratulations on the wedding. And don't forget, subscribe! Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm reacting to your absolutely mental wedding drama. All of these are from the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit. Keep them coming, keep the stories flowing, keep participating. I love to see it. Am I being a bridezilla by asking my best friend's partner to not propose at my wedding? Hi, Honorable Judge Charlotte. Hello. And potato queens and kings. I've come seeking your advice. Court is in session. I will accept my judgment. Yes, you shall. I get married in April. We got engaged at Christmas. But in January, my dad was given 5 months max after being taken off chemo for it not working. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, bestie. This post is from Bumblebee Raincoat. Everybody go and show her some love. I will preface this by saying I never wanted the big white wedding. I'm not a fan of being the center stage, etc. My best friend, 26 female of 14 plus years, is the polar opposite of me. My partner and I have been super busy with work, so have allowed my parents to plan the wedding. His parents are out of the country on hollybobs, but have had input. Hollybobs? What's a hollybob? Hollybobs. That is considered irritating by some people. It may also refer to a song by a badger. Okay. In a survey of over 1,000 Britons, hollybobs was voted as one of the most irritating phrases used in the office. Hollybobs.
Never heard that. My dad wanted a bigger celebration, as this will be the last chance he gets to celebrate. I'm obviously heartbroken and want to give him exactly what he wants. I chose my bridesmaids and my partner chose his best man and groomsmen. My best friend is one of my bridesmaids and my niece is my other. My bestie from day one of being asked has been finding dresses. Not a problem. I've said all along, I want them to feel comfortable, so wear what they want. I'm paying. Some of the dresses were questionable, but I honestly didn't have the heart to tell her. Men's suits were all chosen and everyone was happy. A little side note here. My parents have never been a fan of my bestie. They think she's an attention seeker and a bit of a tot. God, I love Brits.
And I love you, random citizen.
They accepted my choice because they know I love her to bits. Last week when we went to see my bestie, she had a baby recently, so love going to see Bubba. She was saying, I think her partner, let's call him Paul, is going to propose at your wedding. Bombastic side eye. And she got all excited. Okay, so she's not asking you, she's telling you. God, people really need to have some decorum. Like, this is not allowed. She kept saying how she wanted it to be a perfect proposal and we have the perfect venue. That's not her venue. That's your venue. That is true. The venue is stunning. On the way home from seeing her, I was talking to my partner and said I didn't want him to propose at the wedding, as we were already celebrating a wedding and my beautiful daddy, and I didn't want to take away from that. Oh yeah, no, you're definitely right about that. Like, it's not even just your wedding. It's also the last time, oh, that's so sad, that your dad will ever get to celebrate. I am baffled. My flabbers are gasted. I reached out and tried to explain this to Bestie. Her reply:
If you are going to be a bridezilla, I don't want to be a part of your rushed wedding.
So she's throwing the fact that you have to rush your wedding because your dad might die in your face? If you can't stand other people getting attention, you're really pathetic and need to get over yourself. Well, I should say the same about you. There's 365 days in a year, plenty of beautiful venues. Why do you need to do it at someone else's wedding? Here I will input. Partner and I have been together for 4 years. Her and her partner have been together 1 year. Not that this is any sort of competition, but here is where I may be the bridezilla/a-hole. My response: I'm truly sorry you feel like I've been a bridezilla or a-hole. I've tried to be accommodating and as free-willed as possible. You've had your choice of dress, shoes, hair, makeup, accessories, which were all paid for by me. And we have accommodated bringing your baby. Of course we would, as we love you. You know I don't like major attention, but this is my family, my friends, and they're coming to our wedding. If you're so desperate for the attention on you, perhaps it's best you're not there. I'm sorry that this hasn't worked out. I'm truly heartbroken. But this day needs to be perfect for my daddy. Her last response, I didn't respond.
Your dad's gonna die. He won't even be here to give a
What I'm like actually baffled that someone could even think, let alone say that out loud. The fact that she even harbored these feelings about you, like secretly, like, you know, in a fight where sometimes people say things they know will hurt you to get their way. The fact that she even thought this about you and your dad is like the most heartless thing. I understand she's been your friend for a long time, but normalize cutting off friendships, even long-term ones, if they actually feel this way about you. I don't mind losing her over this, but I'm heartbroken and now thinking I may have been a bridezilla. Please help potato queens and kings and everyone in between. See, the thing is like, I actually feel like your response was not mean at all. But the thing is you're taking away something from her that she wanted. So she's gonna like switch up her tactic and how you express that boundary. If you're taking away something that she wanted, she's gonna lash out. Not everyone does that, but you needed to say what you said in order by saying this, you now know exactly where she stands. This is not a friend. This is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Edit. I thought I'd update as a few common points. 1, I no longer want this girl in my life, let alone the wedding. She's a vile human being. She is. 2, I've always been that one girl she gets at. I've never had much luck making friends. So I think that's why I've always accepted treatment. 3, partner hates her and has hated her since the day they met. 4, I'm gonna send a message and block. She's done. I'm not sure how to share screenshots, but I'll work it out. Yeah, I think everybody kind of agrees here. This is not even like, oh, she wanted something and you took it away from her. She said something just honestly that she really can't come back from. Like, that is probably the worst thing that you could have said in that moment. I'm baffled. But thankfully, we actually do have an update. Thank you everyone that gave comments, feedback, support, and advice. As I'm sure you all expected, we have an update. He was going to leave her, not propose. I didn't want to say this out loud, but I was like, does her partner knows that she's saying stuff like that? As a general rule of thumb, I try to stay out of other people's relationships, but I think in this case, I would want to know if my partner was saying stuff like that. So my partner and I reached out to him. We asked him to meet in a neutral place. We chose the park near to his house. He agreed to meet us. Alone. Side note, we live about 2 hours apart since I moved out of my parents and we moved to a different city. I travel most weekends to see my parents. I showed him the messages from the screenshots shown in my last post. There are. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, there's screenshots. Okay, no. We're gonna need to look at these. It helps, right? There's context. Hey, gorgeous. It was so lush to see you and Mr. Roman. He's gotten so big. Can I just air something that's been really playing in my mind? I absolutely don't want to upset you in any way and know that I've given you and my bridesmaid free reign with everything from dress, accessories, and everything. I also haven't asked you to pay for anything, so you've got a free room for the night and everything paid for. Basically, I'm just a bit hurt that you're planning on getting engaged at my wedding. It's a day that is less about me and more about my dad being able to celebrate with people that cherish him. We are already celebrating two things, the wedding and my daddy. I was just hoping you would maybe ask Luke not to propose at my wedding. This was honestly probably the nicest thing that you could have said. What I think pissed her off is that you're reminding her how nice you've been. And now, honestly, the gravy train is coming to a halt. She responded,
If you're going to be a bridezilla, I don't want to be a part of your rushed wedding. If you can't stand other people getting attention, you're really pathetic and need to get over yourself.
I'm truly sorry you feel like I've been a bridezilla or a-hole. I've tried to be accommodating and as free-willed as possible. You've had your choice of dress, shoes, hair, makeup, accessories, which were all paid for by me. And we have accommodated bringing your baby, which of course we would have as we love you. You know I don't like major attention, but this is my family, my friends, and they're coming to our wedding. If you're so desperate for the attention on you, perhaps it's best that you're not there. I'm sorry this hasn't been working out. I'm truly heartbroken, but this day needs to be perfect for my daddy.
Your dad's gonna die. He won't even be there to get if we are getting engaged or not. Pathetic.
Wow, you've got the proof, eh? So you showed him the messages, and he was raging. Paul was so angry about what had been said, then turned to us and said, I actually wanted to leave her, but was waiting until after the wedding as to not ruin the day for you and your dad. So wait a minute, how did this girl somehow think that her boyfriend was going to propose to her? How did she think that? It was almost like she wanted to kind of rub it in your face just to steal the attention away. We had a long chat. Paul and my partner have a lot in common, and he's always been lush to the both of us. We drove him home and left. Driving 2 hours home, I felt relieved. I never felt so stress-free. I had no one to try and please. Who needs an egg-sucking bridesmaid anyway? Not you, baby girl. Paul rang when we got home. They split up. I'm sad about it, ain't gonna lie. She tried to deny the messages, but didn't delete them from her phone, so he knew it was true. He told her he was repulsed. Yeah, I think honestly most of us are a little repulsed by what was said. And was planning on leaving after she'd been unkind to his mom, also ill. She sounds like a freaking narcissist. Does she have zero empathy whatsoever? Paul wants an amicable split with the baby, so we'll probably be getting lawyers involved. My daddy's over the moon. He's heartbroken. I've lost pretty much my only friend, but he's so glad she's gone. I understand that you've been having a hard time keeping friends, but I also think that this friend has been sucking. So remember what I said about, narcs, right? They suck and suck and suck until all of your energy is just devoted to them. I truly think that once you cut this person out of your life, that energy can go toward someone else, either your partner or maybe you're making space in your life for a new friend that will come into your life. He's surviving day to day, and we're giving him the best we possibly can. We took him suit shopping, and he looks absolutely incredible. Oh, God. My mom hasn't gotten her dress yet, but we're having a special girly day out soon. Dresses, spa day, and just overall love. Major updates, passwords with vendors. Good. Thinking ahead, love that for you. Paul is still coming, either alone or with a friend or someone else. He deserves a break. You all do. Paul's going to tell her parents, who are massively religious and massively strict and will not tolerate bullies. This is probably the best ending that you could have had. I'm so relieved and happy for you. It's nice. And I'm also very sorry to hear about your dad, but happy that you get to spend your special day with him. Really genuinely so happy for you. So are you the a-hole for asking your best friend's partner not to propose at your wedding? It's not, baby girl. That doesn't make you a bridezilla. His ex-wife appeared at our wedding.
That is crazy.
This post is from Dry Examination 130. I've considered posting about this for years, but I used a throwaway account and changed names, even though it's been years now since my husband passed away. His crazy ex-wife still pops her ugly head up in my life for some reason. Ryan had been married to his ex, Amber, for a year, about 3 years prior to meeting me. Ryan and I got married in the late 2000s. We planned our wedding for a while and even changed venues at one point, so we'd be able to try to avoid ultimately what happened. Amber was always popping up in our relationship. She would find out from people where we were and show up to parties, restaurants, anywhere she could possibly show her face that we were at. It's giving fan behavior. Like, why are you so obsessed with me? I was young and stupid and I didn't file a restraining order, and she never posed a physical threat. She was just absolutely unhinged. Oh dear. Amber, get over it! Ryan had some friends who were still friends with Amber, and they were sort of the idiots who didn't tell people, no, don't do that. So when it came to our wedding, apparently not enough people told her that coming was a bad idea. Unfortunately, with people like this, I think that it goes without saying, but like maybe expressing a boundary. I do not want to know about what this person's doing. Do not talk about me to this person. Do not tell them where I am. Do not tell them anything, because they are also fueling this fire a little bit. It needs to be cut off. Why are people, telling her where you'll be? Like, that's so weird, let alone your wedding. Come on, man. So my ceremony starts, my dad walks me down the aisle, and all is well. Once our friend who we had officiating starts speaking, I hear the doors open. In walks Amber, wearing her freaking wedding dress from their wedding. I mean, listen, I can't really expect much more from Amber at this point, but what I can expect is the people in your life to respect you and your wedding. The fact that they're even mentioning where the wedding is, like, how did she even find out about it? Like, I'm sorry. I bet you anything, it's probably even just like one person that's still friends with her that's telling her all these things. That person needs a good kick in the pants or a stern talking to, because we don't condone violence. My maid of honor yells, "Oh, hell no," and runs down the aisle and grabs her by her hair. Oh, drama! Followed by more of my bridesmaids who all pull her aside and remove her. Oh my goodness. The bridal party of my dreams. I married him. I stayed married until he ultimately passed away 10 years later. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And guess who crashed the funeral? Why does she know about all of these things? She's a crazy B word, all right? We can expect that from her, but what shouldn't be happening is people telling her what's going on. She was promptly removed from the funeral too. I live over an hour away from anyone involved now, and I'm in a happy relationship with someone that she doesn't know, but she still pops her head up in my life occasionally like an obsessive little stalker. It's creepy as f***. Like the fact your husband, like you're a widow now and she still is obsessed with you, like I'm sorry. Ryan gave me two things, my child and an annoying fly that still buzzes its ugly head in my face. I wish my wedding photographer would have been quicker and would have caught my bridesmaids dragging her out of there. I have the memory. Pics would be better. At this point, she has literally no reason to still be in your life. If the people in your life are not going to do you a solid and leave her the out of it, restraining order. I understand she doesn't pose a threat, but it's still weird. I don't even know what to do about this situation, because if she doesn't pose a threat, then can you really take legal action? Like, maybe not. I wish you good luck with her. She sounds unhinged. Document everything. So she might have not done anything yet to pose a threat, but like, she might. Take photos of proof. You can present this to police to help prove she's stalking you. If you don't want to, pray she just slowly fades into the background. You can live your life happily. OP responds, at this point, she just mostly occasionally accidentally reacts to old Facebook posts. I block her, but she's one of those people who creates a new account like most of us change our underwear. I've found ignoring her existence is easier than stressing it. I know, but it's also like causing you emotional distress to just like see her pop up places. Kudos to your bridal party for literally throwing her out on her ear. She cannot stand that your husband moved on from her to a more peaceful relationship. She would have hounded anyone that he was in a relationship with. Shame on the mutual friends for giving her the info. That's what I'm saying. Why are they involved? When we go no contact, I mean no contact. I don't want to hear a word about you. I don't want to see you on social media. I don't want people talking to them about me. Nothing. I don't want to hear it. As others have stated, documentation, documentation, documentation. She is still stalking you, and depending on where you live, that could be enough to at least put authorities on alert. You need a paper trail. And as for the mutual friends, go low contact with them if you can't completely avoid them. Do not tell them anything that gives her ammunition to continue to be the fly in your ointment. Good luck with that, bestie. Move in the shadows, take lots of screenshots. Would my fiance and I be the a-holes if we changed our wedding plans to spite his sister? This post is from Subject Macaron 8015. My fiance, 30 male, and I, 38 female, have known each other for 5 years and together for 3. We recently got engaged in December 2024. Now, we've been talking about getting married for a little over a year now. Basically what we want in terms of ceremony, reception, etc. We both want a simple courthouse ceremony with a party and dinner afterwards. The reason being is neither of us have a whole lot of people we want to invite, and the people we would invite either live in other states or out of the country. Neither of us is too keen on having a large ceremony, just not our style. We also plan to wait until 2026 to get married, as my 2 children, 13 and 5, from my previous marriage, will be moving from Florida to come live with me full time in summer of 2025. And we want to spend the time making sure they get settled and adjusted, and generally just to focus on them. Now here's where things get messy. Backtrack to 2 days after fiance and I got engaged. As soon as we announced we got engaged, his sister, 22 female, started talking about how she and her boyfriend were also going to get engaged. She went on and on about how they're planning on doing this whole big ceremony, blah, blah, blah. Now, my fiance and I didn't mention our plans to anyone, as we just wanted to enjoy being engaged and we didn't feel we needed to unless asked about it. Christmas Eve comes and the family's all together. Conversation flows and someone asks me about our wedding plans. Since I was asked, I brought up the fact that we're just going to do the courthouse and explain how we want to do a dinner celebration somewhere afterwards, and the very, very short list of things we wanted. I should mention, fiance's sister is very much an all eyes on me person. Well, I know someone like that. She likes to be the center of attention. So what happens next is, well, I'll let you judge. We listen and we judge. We do judge. We listen and we judge very harshly. Fast forward to about a week ago now, and my fiance gets a call from his mother needing to vent. Why does she need to vent, do you ask? Because sister is pregnant, only 4 weeks along. Nobody's happy about this. 1, his sister just lost her job. 2, she's a little over $10,000 in debt. And 3, she's not the brightest crayon in the box and makes horrible decisions. Needless to say, she picked up on the fact that nobody's happy about her being pregnant and brought this up to mother. How happy everyone was when fiance and I got engaged, and the fact that I have 2 children. His mother responded that our priorities are vastly different from her. How we are financially in a better position, and my fiance knew I had children well before we even started dating. Besides, we're a package deal. We all thought this was the end of it. It wasn't. About a day later, I got a text message from his sister. It was an image of a wedding invitation, inviting fiance and I to her wedding next month in February 2025, when she hasn't even been proposed to yet. Hold the phone. What do you mean? This girl's in secret competition with you. Where is she getting married, you ask? The courthouse. The first thing my fiance said was that's 100% not what she wants, and she's only getting married at the courthouse because we are. Now, for more recently, fiance's sister and her boyfriend did get engaged about 2 days ago, and everyone feels like everything's a bit rushed. Fiance's parents included. Okay, so she did get engaged. Yesterday was my birthday, and we met up with my fiance's parents for lunch to celebrate. Here's what I was told by my fiance's mother. Basically, she confirmed sister is trying to beat us to the altar and only got pregnant to try to outshine us. Oh my goodness. Honestly, this story is hitting a little too close to home right now. You don't like to think that someone's getting pregnant to outshine you. That sounds like a bridezilla thing to say. Because people can't help the fact that they get pregnant. She's trying to have this whole host of people coming to her courthouse wedding, including family from out of state, and she's got an expensive wedding dress picked out for the day. Fiance's mother said a courthouse wedding isn't really something his sister wants, and she's just doing it because we are. That's so weird. Did she admit that? So it got fiance and I thinking, since we haven't really shared our wedding plans with anyone outside of letting it be known, we plan on getting married at the courthouse ourselves. Would we be a-holes if we changed our whole plan and had a micro wedding instead? Something still on the small scale we want, but with a big ceremony feel. Yeah, and don't tell her about it until the last second. Does she even have to come? I mean, it's not like you had plans for this wedding and now someone's copying you. You're just going to the courthouse. So it's not like you're losing a bunch of money changing your wedding plans. It is a little petty, but it's also I don't want to have the same wedding as someone else. You should just tell her a bunch of fake things, just really ugly things. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna have alligators as the ring bearer. The bridesmaids are gonna wear dinosaur costumes. See if she copies you. Mind you, we are paying for everything ourselves and haven't asked for a dime from family, nor do we plan to. We aren't trying to compete. We just know a lot of other couples get married at the courthouse for various reasons. We feel like a simple ceremony idea has been kind of tainted, and if we went ahead, it would seem like we're trying to copy his sister. I mean, maybe that's kind of what she wanted. Edit. I forgot to mention we would not be changing our wedding date as that is set in stone. We would only be changing the type of wedding. My kids come first in all things. My fiance respects this, and making sure they are happy, healthy, and thriving is our top priority. Plus, we plan on taking a nice honeymoon while they're visiting their father for the summer out of state next year. So would you and your fiance be the a-holes if you changed our wedding plans to spite his sister? No. Like, she doesn't need to know that it's to spite her. What she doesn't know won't hurt her. She'll be pissed. Like, she'll be mad. But that's not your fault. You just changed your mind. You're allowed to change your mind, but make sure it's what you want. Yes, agree. Do it because you want to do it. If you want to have a non-courthouse wedding, I'd recommend being prepared for future sister-in-law trying to steal that spotlight. Have some bridesmaids who could go pro in NHL or NFL so they can tackle her straight out the window. Wait till she has her small wedding and then say, actually, after seeing your wedding, I think we want a big wedding. So this is what you don't tell her what you're doing until after she gets married. And then let me guess.
We're renewing our vows.
God, people are so predictable. This is the way. Make sure you say nothing until her wedding is over or she will be stealing this idea too. Keep it under wraps. Zip it. And nobody else can know either. You know what? Let's not tell anyone. Just you and your fiance go ahead and you start planning things. Do not tell the parents or anything. You know, you still got like a year or a few months after your sister-in-law gets married. Just don't tell anyone. That way, like, even if it slips out, it's fine. It's too late. Update. So after talking it over some more, my fiance and I decided to just let things be and go ahead with our original plans. I wanted drama! I get it, but I'm also sad. We are over the drama, oh boy, there's a lot, and have higher priorities than worrying about if we upset someone or not. She can have her day and won't hear any fuss from us. We know our wedding day will be special no matter what, even if it's just for us. His sister is young, and we hope that with a baby on the way, we'll force her to grow up. I don't know about that. Even if it's just a little bit. All we can do is sit back and try to offer her advice and support and be there for the inevitable breakup or divorce with popcorn. I mean, that's true. The trash does tend to take itself out, doesn't it? I guess you can go ahead and be mature. I hate being mature. It's so annoying. You're a better woman than me. Subscribe!